This is Rebecca ABLACK from the show Ginny in Georgia, and you are watching The ARROYO Show.
Good morning, you guys. Welcome to the show. This is The ARROYO Show. My name is Brandon Arroyo. If it's your first time here, please give it a thumbs up and a subscribe. What a guest we have for you today. You can see them portraying the role of Padma in Netflix's new breakout series, Ginny in Georgia. Please welcome Rebecca ABLACK. How are you today?
I'm good. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
Thank you so much for hanging out and being on the show today. Just this morning, I was on Netflix, and Ginny in Georgia is officially back at #1. So congratulations on returning to the #1 spot on Netflix.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited that people really like it.
It's one of those shows that just, you have to watch it over and over again. I think that people are looking at it again and thinking, wait, did I miss something in episode 2 that now is relevant in episode 9? It's exciting. Let's dive right into it. And with you specifically, were you nervous to be driving a car on set? What was that experience like for you?
Oh my goodness. I was the most nervous. Are you kidding? Okay, well, to be honest, I got my license kind of late. I was 18. And so I'd only been driving for less than a year.
Oh, God.
When we were filming that. So I was the most nervous, but also so excited because, like, how cool is it to be driving in a TV show?
Right.
But I just remember thinking the entire time, like, how embarrassing will it be if I mess up, if I don't park correctly, if I do something wrong in front of, like, cast, crew, creative team. Like, I was so nervous. But I think only probably Felix could tell that I was nervous when he gets in the car and I'm holding my breath and then I don't exhale until we get down the street and out of frame. So, but he never said anything.
Yes,
so.
I was going to say, what was that moment like sitting in the car with Felix? You probably have a boom operator like 4 feet to your left and white knuckling was Felix saying like, calm down. It's going to be okay, Rebecca.
Yes. Are you kidding? I'm sure Felix was so uncomfortable because I was like, I'm just glad that didn't show on screen. I don't think I looked that nervous on screen.
It didn't come across on screen, but I think you just shared a couple of pictures on your Instagram, correct? Everybody, this is where you can go follow Rebecca on Instagram. Okay, you shared these awesome behind-the-scenes pictures of you and the many, many bumper stickers on that car, by the way.
Yes.
When you look back on that day and that day of shooting, was it one of those moments where it's like, that nerves of I'm about to jump out of a plane to do parachute type of nervousness before that scene? Or what were you feeling leading up to that shoot?
Oh, yeah. I mean, all of the above. I had seen the car maybe like a day or two before that shoot, just like in the lot on set. And, well, the car for once, those bumper stickers, the car for once is just amazing. But yeah, I was really nervous. I think I might have like gotten the car with my brother the night before and I was like, let me just practice driving as if I didn't know how to drive. But oh my gosh, just the most nerves. It's crazy because when you think about it, you're driving like a whole weapon. I mean, obviously it's a whole, the crew is taking care of it. They were amazing and they set it up perfectly. But still, I was just nervous because I didn't want to embarrass myself. But yeah, going back to that day on set, I wish I was a little less nervous because I would have been able to enjoy it more.
Right.
But, you know, it is what it is.
Well, let's go ahead and dive into an old classic that is always so much fun to do with shows with individuals that are currently in high school. It is high school superlatives. Let's go ahead and give your fellow castmates some of those high school superlatives. If you could tell us which member of the cast would be the biggest prankster.
Ooh, biggest prankster. I don't know if many pranks were played on set, but I think that any of us could. When we're all together, it's like rowdy, everybody's laughing. So I would say maybe like Mason, Colton, Damian, Tyson. I feel like they would play a good prank. Like they would think it out and like have it planned. I feel like they would make a good prank.
Okay, so all tied for #1 for biggest prankster. Moving along, most likely to be the next president.
Ooh, I think I would say Brienne. Brienne is like the most put together. Every time I've spoken to her, she's just so classy. You know, I would like to live in a country that Brienne runs. Honestly, she is amazing.
Most musical classmate.
Sarah. Sarah can sing. Sarah can sing. That Sing episode, mwah, chef's kiss. She's amazing.
Most likely to break during a scene.
Ooh, me. Honestly, I don't think any of my castmates would. They're all amazing. But I used to be on an improv team in high school, and my teammates made me a bracelet that said "Don't break." Because anytime any of them said something funny or like said something, I just wanted to laugh. I just wanted to have a good time with my friends. So I'd be laughing in the middle of the scene. So probably me.
And finally, most athletic.
Umberly. Umberly is so cool. She was posting these videos of her like on a like balancing beam or whatever. It was like a line. She said that she would teach me, but just wait till she finds out that I'm not athletic in the least.
Well, thank you so much for filling us in and taking us on set with those high school superlatives. All right, so we always love to hear these booking stories. When did you find out that you were going to be playing the role of Padma, and did you and Raymond find out at the same time?
Oh, so we didn't find out at the same time, but it was funny because our callbacks, I don't remember which callback, but his was like 11:15 and mine was 11:30. So we were in the waiting room together, obviously on different ends of the room because we can't be seen together. I'm kidding. But, but yeah, we were together in the waiting room and we had our callbacks, and I found out first that I booked not too long after the callback. And so the rest of the time kind of consisted of me texting and calling him very like eagerly, like, did you get it? Did you get it? Did you get it? I'm sure I still have those text messages saved, but yeah, no, he found out after me, but we were so happy. It all worked out in the end, and it was like a dream come true for us. So.
How did you get the word? Did you get a phone call? Who was the first person you called and told?
So it was an email from my agent. I think she called me afterwards as well, but I got the email first, and then I got a phone call from her, I think. And I was just ecstatic. I obviously told my parents first. I think it was downstairs in the basement, just like watching TV or something. So I ran upstairs and told my parents, and they were like, yes, like everybody was excited. And then I, of course, told my siblings, and Ray was one of the first people that I told as well. Because we were both like eagerly waiting for the email, eagerly waiting for the phone call. So, yeah.
An angsty 15-year-old often feels more mature than her 30-year-old mother in a story of lies, love, and murder. Ginny and Georgia is streaming now on Netflix, the #1 show on Netflix. All right, so a lot of success with the show. Multiple weeks at #1, almost a month in the top 2, and as I mentioned earlier, just today, back in the #1 spot for the United States for Netflix. What do you think it is about the show Ginny and Georgia that is so intriguing to viewers and keeps them watching?
You know what? I think this show has everything, right? It's an intense mother and daughter relationship. There's love triangles and mystery and, you know, all these really intense friendships. I think for me personally, seeing a show that stars a woman of color who's, you know, young and figuring herself out, she's imperfect, she's flawed, and she's growing. That was amazing, as well as seeing some really intense female friendships and complex female friendships, which I don't think we see a lot. I think that's what keeps it interesting. You know, people like to see people who are real on TV, and there's nobody more real than somebody who makes mistakes. And these characters are constantly making mistakes and learning from them, and teaching each other along the way. I think that's what makes it really interesting. Nobody wants to watch somebody who's perfect on TV.
Right.
It's not relatable. It's not real. So I think that's what makes the show super intriguing and something you can go back and watch again, because everybody has that experience of being 15 years old and awkward and a little cringy and learning from yourself, growing from yourself. So I think that's what makes it really interesting.
All right, let's switch diners real quick for a second. So transitioning from Joe's Cafe and Ginny and Georgia to the Waffle House and Let It Snow, what do you remember most about your time on that now holiday classic Netflix movie, Let It Snow?
Oh my goodness. That was just the most fun ever. Honestly, I've made some of the best friends that I have on that set. All of those girls in the dance squad with me, I feel so lucky to have met them because every day on set with them was just so fun. And the Waffle House, everybody was always in the Waffle House for so many days on set. So we all just kind of really got to know each other and really got to hang out a lot, which was so nice. I think one of my favorite memories, though, is we were filming the dance scene and the dance scene was so long. We were there all day, I think for 2 or 3 days filming that dance scene, which unfortunately didn't even make the movie, but I don't even really mind because it was just so fun along the way. But we were in there just sweating and doing this dance over and over and over again with everybody watching. And that was just so fun to get to work with everybody and be in the space, just be in the room with everybody. Getting to work was really fun.
That's such a cool thing that you have multiple roles where you have been in performance mode, because, I mean, we saw another couple performances in Ginny in Georgia. Have you ever been in a band before, or do you have any nerves while you're doing those performances? Because especially those type of concert scenes, I know those can be long days on set. There are a lot of extras. Any nerves, and what experience do you have with bands?
Oh, so I've never been in a band before. But, you know, in middle school, I did this talent show where I think me and my friends sang some Christmas song, and they like played the wrong music for us, but we got through it, you know, just improvising. But it is a little nerve wracking filming those scenes when we were singing I Can Barely Breathe at the Battle of the Bands in Ginny in Georgia. It was definitely nerve wracking. Those lights, those stage lights are hot, just like they are on stage. And there's tons of, you know, crew, cast, and extras around. So it's a very hot room for one. But filming that was more fun than nerve wracking, honestly. It felt like we were performing. It felt like we were a band. It felt like, you know, it was just fun to get to sing and pretend to play piano and do all of that. I was having a really good time. All of those smiles that you see in that scene are honestly very true. I was just having a good time.
And that song has become the soundtrack for a million Instagram posts. When you look back and you see that a song that you performed on in a movie now becomes so influential to so many people in their social media posts and actually means something to them, what does that feel like for you to have been part of creating a moment that really spoke to so many viewers?
Oh, it's amazing. I love to see when people even just like use it in their Instagram stories and just hear people singing it. My friends will like send me Snapchats of them singing the song. And even that is just, it feels surreal. I feel that way about the entire show. Just, you know, to be a part of something this big and something that has affected people this much is, it's really just beautiful. It's surreal. I could not have imagined this for myself, you know, so many years ago. So it's amazing feeling.
I just had a little flashback to the interview we did with Ray a couple of weeks ago, where we talked about how we haven't seen Padma and Joe in the diner together in season 1. What will it be like if you ever get to work with your brother across from your brother on set? Have you thought about what that might be like yet?
Oh my gosh. I've been thinking about what that might be like since I was old enough to think, probably. I cannot wait. I really hope that happens. We will wreak havoc on that set, Joe's Blue Farm Cafe. It will definitely be a dream come true for both of us. There was only, you know, one day that Ray and I were both on set together. And even that was like, we were never seen on camera together, but we were just like, you know, in each other's trailers or makeup trailers, I mean, and that kind of thing. So it'll be, again, a dream come true. I can't wait. I hope I'm crossing my fingers that that's a reality.
I mean, I feel like Ray had said this too. The comedy almost writes itself. You could picture the moment where someone says, "What is this, your brother or something?" You know, obviously Padma and Joe not related, but that little inside. Yeah. I love it so much. Oh, I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about it. All right, so let's take it back to growing up. Obviously, we just said your brother plays Joe on Ginny in Georgia. He was a teen actor also on a show called Degrassi. So when you were young, did that make you want to be an actor as well, or what? When you were a kid, were the hobbies that you had?
Oh, 100%. You know, my brother was and is one of my biggest role models. And so watching him as a kid, you know, doing like pursuing his dream and, you know, really working hard at it was, you know, something I think that really shaped me growing up. And I'm sure Ray has told this story too, but when I was born, he was in The Lion King playing Simba. at the Princess of Wales Theatre. So one of my first outings as a human being was to the Princess of Wales Theatre to see when my parents were watching him perform. So I was kind of born into watching him grow as an actor. And that definitely, made me as passionate as I am about performing and acting as I am. And I mean, other hobbies other than acting and singing and performing, I really like writing. I'm studying writing in university right now, and I hope to be a writer. I think if I wasn't performing, I would be writing mostly. So, yeah, and Ray has also inspired that. Ray is, he also writes, and he's very talented. He's talented in every area of everything that he does. So he's the biggest role model. He's just the greatest.
Love the brother and sister relationship. It's so great to see. All right. As we begin to wind down the interview, we have something called the Final Five. They're the last 5 questions of the interview, and they are all about where you are in your life at this exact moment. The first question is, who do you speak with the most on a daily basis right now?
Oh, my little brother. My little brother, Jared. He's my best friend, and we're always talking. We're always doing something.
How much younger is Jared?
Sorry?
How much younger is Jared than you? Like, are you guys both at university right now, or?
No, so he's going into university next year. He's graduating, so he's 2 years younger than me.
Very cool. What item do you use each day other than your phone?
Ooh, hair ties. I don't have one on me right now, but I'm always putting my hair up. It gets annoying.
Especially as we get closer to summer, those become very useful.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You will not catch me with my hair down for much longer than an hour in the summer. It will be going up.
When did you know that you wanted to pursue acting?
Honestly, I think as soon as I could remember, I was performing. I've always loved performing, and my parents would put me in like singing lessons and acting lessons from a really young age, and watching people on TV, watching my brother on TV. Really early, I figured out I wanted to pursue acting.
How do you define success?
I think success is, it's individual, but it's when you feel happy and challenged in something that you're doing, challenged so you can keep growing and constantly getting better and improving yourself, not for anybody else, but for your own self. I think that's success.
And final question, where is your dream vacation?
Dream vacation? Oh, I really, really, really want to go to South Korea.
Oh, yep.
Yeah, my friends and I always talk about going to South Korea. So, yeah.
Very cool. Well, you can see her portraying the role of Padma on Netflix's new breakout series, Ginny in Georgia. Rebecca ABLACK, thank you so much for joining us today. You've been amazing.
Thank you for having me.